we are on board. So I got a couple other devices going on here. So we're gonna get started in about 2 minutes, guys. If you're watching this on the actual web page, I want you to click in and let me know where you're checking us out from. So if you can put a comment in the comment section below, let me know where you're chiming in from, what part of the world you're in. And we're going to get started in about 3 or 4 minutes. So everybody should be watching this on either the actual YouTube page, or if you're on my website page where it's also embedded, there is a comment box there, because I can't ever seem to get YouTube to function right when it comes to the comments. So let me stop screen sharing and jump back out and screen at you real quick. All right, so yeah, YouTube seems to sometimes not want to get me the comments that I need. So I have this also embedded in a different web page where I do have a comment box, and that's going to be good for us for questions at the end. So those of you starting to chime in, we're going to give it a couple minutes before we get started. If you don't know me, I am H Cortez, the one and only financial health mentor to the working class, where I do my absolute best to bring practical, proven wealth building strategies to hardworking men and women all across this great nation. And you guys are here in particular because you want to learn how to eliminate debt. So we're going to talk about some cool debt elimination strategies tonight. Hopefully you take something from this. Hopefully you're not the type of person who listens to something and don't act on it. I want you guys to act on this information because it's powerful and it can change your life. How do I know? Because it changed mine. Point blank period. So it's right at the top of the hour. We're going to give it a couple more minutes before we get started live. And then we're going to go right into tonight's content. I don't want to keep you long. So I definitely want to get in, give you the information that I want to share with you. Hopefully it moves you to action. Hopefully these strategies will work for you so that you can literally apply them in your life and have some of the same results, or even better than what I'm having based on applying these strategies to my life. So I'm trying to find, I had a little playlist. Those of you guys have been on my Hangouts before, you know what I'm looking for. My #1 jam, my all-time favorite. So let's see if I can find it. I thought I had it listed here. Maybe I don't, but it's right there. Nope, I want the clean version, of course. All right, this is one of my all-time favorite jams. So we'll just play this for a couple minutes, guys, and we'll let people file on. And then from there, we'll go right into tonight's content. I've got a couple devices going on here because I'm trying to make sure that I can monitor the comment box. My trusted sidekick is out today. Normally my wife is in the background helping me with my Hangouts. I got my sons back there trying to do what they can, but I'm not sure how ready they are to really help me get this stuff down. But you don't know, my jam is Eminem's Lose Yourself, because honestly, guys, I didn't get my life turned around until I did what he said in this song. And when he says lose yourself, I mean going all in, total 100% commitment at going after your dreams. And I believe this is why the song resonates with me so. And hopefully you guys are ready to do that in your own life. I mean, literally, go all in, go 100% after your dreams and goals. Let nothing stand in your way, and really lose yourself in your vision. Lose yourself in the pursuit of your dreams, because there's no other way to attain them, guys. If you don't go all in, you're not getting them. Point blank, period. So when I heard this song, it fires me up, guys, and I love to listen to it before a webinar because, you know, I'm already an enthusiastic type of guy, but I really want to bring the energy when I come to before you guys, and I really want to be able to keep your attention because I believe the information that I have for you is life changing. So hopefully everything goes smooth and you can see my slides when I jump into slide share. But I am super excited to be able to share with you guys to help you understand what it is that we bring to the table, and hopefully it's something that you can see for yourself as well. Now I see my lower third and I'm reading it. I don't think I'm supposed to read it. I think you guys are supposed to read it. So hopefully everything is coming across clearly as it's supposed to. So I'm gonna take a quick pause, and then when I come back, we're gonna rock and roll because I'm gonna go check with my sons and see what the screen is actually looking. So I'm gonna put the camera on pause and put the mic on pause for just one quick second, and then we'll be back to get rolling. All right. All right, guys, it's about 5 after, so I am ready to get started. As people file in, then hopefully they can jump right in and won't be too late so that they don't miss some of this valuable information. But I am H Cortez, financial health mentor to the working class. I got a formal introduction that I'm going to do once I get into the slide shares. So I'm going to turn off my M&M. And let's see if I can pull up my slides, and let's get to work, guys. I'm excited to share with you guys tonight because debt is one of those things that is crippling this country. And if you don't have a money plan, you don't have a strategy to overcome debt, I mean, I feel for you because there's, we're in an economy that's designed to keep you in debt, because as long as you're in debt, you will always be spending money. And the economy, the way that it works is money has to circulate in order for the economy to move and to thrive and to flourish. But unfortunately, a large part of that thriving comes at the expense of keeping hardworking men and women like yourself in debt, in bondage, so that we continue to work and that sort of thing. So let's go ahead and get the slide share going. Can I get a slide share check, fellas? I'm going to share my slides and just make sure that we can, you guys can see them and that they are moving when I start moving them through. So bear with me, guys, and let's get ready to get rocking and rolling. All right. So, all right, guys, hopefully you can see my screen, and basically this is now the time to go ahead and turn off any distractions that you may have, minimize or silence your Facebook chimes and all of that sort of thing, and let's give me your undivided attention for the next 50 minutes or so, and then I will do my best to impart to you some information that can literally change your life. For me, it's certainly changed my life. And I've actually used this information and taught it to other people, and some have had similar success, some have had even greater success. So I'm super excited to share this information with you guys. You didn't give me a thumbs up. Can you see my slide? Oh man, kids, I don't know what they're back there doing, but I'm hoping to get a thumbs up so that I know that you guys are seeing my slides. All right, I'm going to pretend that you do and give you my introduction. My name is H Cortez Thornton. I am the one and only financial health mentor to the working class. I feel it is my duty, my calling to bring practical, proven wealth building strategies to working class men and women all across this great nation. So that's what I do. I'm an author, entrepreneur, husband, wealth strategist, father to these lovely 5 boys that you see here. Also a youth basketball coach. And just to give you a little bit of background about myself and how I come to be where I am today, I literally am fourth born of 6 children, raised by a single mom on welfare. So when it comes to financial struggle, I know all too well what it means to struggle financially. And I vowed that I would never let my children experience the same level of struggle that I did. But lo and behold, life got in the way, and I found myself in debt, in foreclosure, filing bankruptcy, struggling, living paycheck to paycheck until I found the Young Wealth Builders and the system that I'm going to share with you tonight so that you can use these principles to eliminate debt. And then with the elimination of debt, you can then do a lot of other things. But it starts with relieving yourself of the pain and frustration that comes with debt. All right. You guys are here because you want to know how to eliminate debt, and that's what I'm here to share you. But before we get into the strategies of how to overcome debt, I want to talk to you real quick about the root cause of debt, because with any problem, you want to get to the root cause of the problem so that you can solve it. And then we'll get into the practical applications and solutions that we have in store for you. So I feel really uncomfortable not knowing if my slides are moving. So give me one quick second to double check. All right, guys, I am back. Sorry for the delay. And what I'm trying to determine is if you can see my slides. If you're watching this on the actual web page, then let me know you can see my slides. I can see it. That's what I was waiting on. Awesome, awesome, awesome. I want to make sure that I can see the slides because believe it or not, I've done an entire presentation thinking my slides were moving and basically I was stuck on one slide. So glad to know you guys can see my slides and they're moving. So we'll move on and I'm gonna get through this stuff. So who are we? We are Young Wealth Builders. I am part of the Leadership Council on the Young Wealth Builders team. And basically we're a group of individuals from all walks of life, but basically we have one thread in common. We all use the same system for debt relief and wealth building. So that's what I want to talk to you tonight, a little bit about who we are, but more importantly about the strategies that we use to build wealth. Because bottom line is, when it comes to minimizing debt, yeah, somebody emailed me and said they can see it. So I'm hoping that everybody's on the right page and seeing the slides. So real quick, we have a goal as a group of people to share this information at an alarmingly huge rate, guys. What we're doing is over the next 12 months, we're going to help 1,000 families become cash flow successful, meaning out of debt and no longer living paycheck to paycheck, right? That's where we're going with this thing. Out of that 1,000, there's going to be 500 people who's going to say, I want to take this thing a little bit further. So we're going to help them get completely out of debt, including their mortgage, in the next 36 months. And out of that 500, there's going to be 100 that says, you know what? I think I can go even further. And we're going to help 100 families in the next 5 years become seven-figure families or have a net worth of $1 million. So those are some of the goals that we have as a team, organization known as the Young Wealth Builders. And we are excited to share with you how we're using this information to build wealth by starting out with eliminating debt. So before we get into the actual strategies and some of the challenges that you have to overcome, let's talk about the reasons that we're trying to eliminate debt to begin with. Basically, everybody has two main objectives that they're trying to accomplish when it comes to dealing with their finances, right? Number one, you're trying to make sure you could eat today. You want your current lifestyle to be maintained, and primarily that current lifestyle is maintained by your labor. All right, that's objective number one. Objective number two is while we're healthy, while we're young, while we're energetic, we're going to take some of this money that we're earning with our labor, and then we're going to transfer a little bit of that into some sort of investment vehicle so that when the day comes that we can no longer work, or we're no longer able to work, or no longer willing to work, our lifestyle will be able to be sustained whether we go to work or not. Problem we're having, there's 4 challenges that are not only keeping people from hitting their second objective, these 4 challenges are increasingly getting in the way of people meeting their first objective. So let's go over the 4 challenges real quick, and then I want to give you the practical solutions that you could use to eliminate debt. Challenge number 1 is what we call the silent income killer, also known as inflation. We all know that the cost of living continues to increase because the value of the dollar continues to decrease. But one thing that is not increasing is our wages, at least not increasing to the rate of inflation, right? So the silent income killer is hurting us on a daily basis, but it happens so slowly and so incremental that we kind of don't feel it, but it is a big factor in keeping you from your financial destination. Challenge number 2 is what we call the chainsaw massacre, aka taxes. Because if inflation is a silent income killer, there's nothing silent about Uncle Sam digging his hand in your pocket and getting his money off the top before you can even get yours. So challenge number 2 is taxes. All right. Finally, the third and fourth challenge, we start with challenge number 3 is debt. That's what we're here for tonight. I want to show you some practical solutions on how you can overcome debt. We know what debt is doing to hardworking Americans. We know what debt is doing to communities. Most people won't say it, but I will tell you here on this webinar that debt is breaking up marriages because of the 50% of marriages that are ending, 80 to 90% of them are ending because of financial issues. And when families break up, communities fall apart. And when communities fall apart, you get crime, you get falling down buildings and all of that sort of thing. So debt has a major part in the reason that some of our communities are looking the way that they're looking, but we're here to help you overcome some of those challenges. And then finally, the fourth challenge is what we call less than ideal cash flow management decisions. That's when we lack the discipline to stay out of big business, right? We have pretty much a holiday for big business every month of the year. And it's hard to not participate. I get it. But that's a challenge that we have to overcome. And the first way you overcome that, in my opinion, is by increasing your financial IQ. And that's why you're here tonight. You're trying to learn something that's going to help you overcome your financial challenges and take yourself to another level. So I'm super excited to share this information with you, and we're just going to move right along. Now, there's only 3 ways to eliminate debt. All right. You'll hear debt commercials and debt consolidation. There's 3 ways. You either reduce your expenses, but let's face it, some of us are already at the bare bones minimum of what we're living on. So we have no more expenses to reduce. All right. You can 2, increase your income, right? There are lots of ways to increase your income, but if you can't lower your expenses, you're going to have to increase your income if you're going to fight your way out of debt. Or three, you can use some sort of combination of the two. And we're going to talk heavily tonight on how you can use a combination of the two, how you can increase your number one expense, or how you can decrease your number one expense so you can start using that money to pay down your debt. And then we got some options for you to increase your income or earn some additional income, which would be like throwing some gasoline to the fire to pay your debts off even faster. All right. So again, I told you about Young Wealth Builders and what makes us different from a lot of organizations that talk about building wealth and debt elimination or debt reduction or debt relief. We take a very strategic approach, and a lot of organizations take somewhat of a sales approach, especially when it comes to earning additional income. Now, I don't know about you guys, but if you're trying to make some extra money with a sales approach, we know honestly that 95% of people who try some sort of sales approach to make extra money have an STD, meaning they are scared to death when it comes to sales, right? But when you look at a strategic approach, on the other hand, what is good about a strategy? A strategy can be applied universally. So what that means is any and everybody can have success, no matter what walk of life that you're coming from. When we're dealing with strategies and principles, they just work no matter who applies them. It's kind of like when you were back in school and you took math on any level. There's certain principles and strategies that apply when you're dealing with math. And it doesn't matter who applies the strategy. If they apply it correctly, then everybody gets the same results. Well, that's the approach that we take. We take a strategic approach that and focus on principles that will help you alleviate your debt and basically ultimately put you in position to start building long-term wealth for you and your family. All right. Now, as a group of Young Wealth Builders, we have a 369 financial transformation program that we use when it comes to debt elimination. In 3 months or less, we like to teach that you can literally clean up your cash flow, or what we like to say, convert it from a negative cash flow cycle to a positive cash flow cycle. And you do that primarily by minimizing your taxes, eliminating debt, minimizing expenses. And I'm going to get into that a little bit further on how you can really take a deep dive in that first strategy. And we're going to spend a lot of time on that first strategy because that's what you're here for, is debt elimination. Now, for some of you guys, maybe the first strategy is not going to apply to you. So we will talk a little bit about strategy number 2, which is our way of showing you how to develop some business income. And there's a real reason that we do that, and we'll get into that a little bit. And then lastly, our 9-month program gets you from cash flow success to developing business income and investing for your long-term retirement future, so that you can ultimately have the capital or have the wealth to pass down from one generation to the next. Real quick, as we get into our strategies on flipping your cash flow from negative to positive, I want to read to you some excerpts from this publication that was released by the IRS back in 2005. One of our main strategies is helping you minimize or reduce your number one expense. All right. Most people, when you ask them what their number one or their largest expense is, will usually point to their mortgage, maybe point to a car note or two, or something to that effect. In fact, your number one expense is taxes. But what people don't know is that, yes, we're heavily taxed here in America. Yes, we have taxes for almost everything, but there is one tax that you do have control of, and that's your income tax. So in 2005, the IRS put out this memo that basically noted that 101 million taxpayers got a refund. So 80% of people who pay taxes got a refund. What that means to me is, if you look at the last sentence in the second paragraph, for the average refund, that's about $40 a week too much. basically they estimated that reason they have to send out so many refund checks is because people are overpaying their taxes. Now, if you're overpaying your taxes $140 per month, $40 per week, that's $160 per month. Now, here's the kicker: says you might be using the extra withholding as a forced savings method. Believe it or not, some people are aware that they're overpaying their taxes, but they like it that way because they like to receive a big tax refund. But here's the thing: most of those people who are receiving those big tax refunds are struggling living paycheck to paycheck all year long. So it doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me to actually I could have that $160 every month in my bank account, using that to free up the extra money that I need to pay off debt, to maybe get ahead of some late fees and that sort of thing. So that's a problem if you are using overpaying your taxes and using that as a forced savings. What they suggest that you do is put that money in some type of savings account or use it towards paying down debt. And that would be a better option. So we're going to show you some strategies on how to increase your cash flow by minimizing your taxes. All right, this handy dandy form is known as the W-4 form. Many of you guys have seen it. If you have a traditional job, your HR personnel handed it to you, lock you in a little room and say, hey, you need to fill this out and get it back to us so that we can make sure that your taxes are taken care of. But what I want you to take note of on this form, if you read the top paragraph on the left where it says purpose, all right, it says complete form W-4 so that your employer can withhold the correct federal income tax from your pay. Consider completing a new form W-4 each year and when your personal or financial situation changes. All right. I don't know about you guys, but I literally was on my job for 10 years and basically looked at this form twice. All right. And it clearly states that you should revisit this form every year, sometimes more than once a year if your financial situation changes. And guess what? It is this form and the lack of knowledge that we have regarding this form is what has us overpaying our taxes. And that's why so many people are getting a refund, because they're overpaying or they're filling this form out incorrectly. So we're going to talk a little bit about what's called a snowball effect. We all know that debt doesn't accumulate massively overnight unless you buy a house. All right. Sometimes when you go from renting a place to buying a place, and yes, you go from not having $200,000, $300,000, $400,000 in debt, depending on the size of your house. But for the most part, all right, debt is accumulated over time, little by little, and it picks up steam, and it gets to a point where it's just irreversible. And that's where a lot of Americans are finding themselves today. They have allowed a negative snowball effect of debt to take place in their finances, and now they're at a place where they feel like they don't have any options. Well, guess what? I'm here to let you know you do have some options, right? And just like there is a negative snowball effect, guess what? There is a positive snowball effect. And that's what I want to share with you today. All right. When you revisit your W-4 form, because of the fact that most people have filled it out incorrectly, we're seeing people that we mentor and that we educate on this strategy increase their household cash flow on average from $200 to $500 per month. So here's how a positive snowball effect takes place. From $200 to $500 a month. Just say you increase your W-4, you adjusted your W-4 form, and it brought an increase of $300 a month back into your household. On the other hand, you got $5,000 in credit card debt, and it's taking you $200 a month to manage that debt. Well, if you start sending them the $200 a month that you've been sending them, add in the $300 that you now get back from adjusting your W-4 form, how quickly can you eliminate that $5,000 debt? So that's the beginning of what we call a positive snowball effect. Once that $5,000 credit card debt is eliminated, now you just increase your cash flow by an additional $200. Now you have $500 to throw at the next debt. All right. Maybe the next debt is a car note. Maybe you're paying $500 a month for your car. Well, guess what? You give them the $500 and you throw them that extra $500, and how quickly can that car note disappear? Once that car note is gone, you have an extra $500. So now you have $1,000 left over at the end of each month after all of your bills are paid. And we just continue that process. And as you see, the debt will continue to get smaller and smaller and smaller until it is ultimately gone. That's what we call a positive snowball effect. So we want to help you understand how you can use this strategy to get yourself out of debt. All right. Now, I know some of you are saying, hey, I'm not a W-2 employee, I'm self-employed. Maybe you're a barber or a hairstylist. Maybe you are in car sales and you're on the 1099. You're saying, what if strategy number one does not work for me? All right, hang tight, because we have a solution for you as well. You, my friend, if you're battling debt and your strategy number one doesn't work for you, you're going to have to increase your income. All right. Somehow, some way, you got to figure out how to increase your income so that you can have some extra money or something what we call a catalyst to actually throw towards your debt to start that positive snowball effect. But when it comes to increasing your income, what do most people do? They try to go out and get a second job. All right. Sometimes a husband works a part-time job. Sometimes a husband and wife works a part-time job. Now, I'm not knocking you going out there trying to do whatever you have to do to put food on your table and clothes on your back and a roof over the head for you and your kids and your family or whatever. But you have to think about everything that's going to be affected when you take another 4 to 6 hours away from your home to try to bring in some extra money, right? So some of you guys recognize the guy on the left. I think the guy on the right may be more easily recognized. Maybe you don't recognize either one of them. All right. But on the left, I have my man, Dave Ramsey. And here's a quote from Dave Ramsey that says, the worst thing we can do is get a second job. The best thing we can do is start a home-based business. All right. And then on the right, we have my man, Robert Kiyosaki from Rich Dad, Poor Dad fame. He basically wrote another book that talks about why he recommends network marketing. Basically says network marketing industry offers many unique benefits to those who want more out of life. Right now, if you're like me, 2 or 3 years ago, the term network marketing would make me cringe in my seat. Right, millions upon millions upon millions of people have negative experiences with network marketing. Either you tried it yourself and didn't have success, or everybody's got that one person in the family that's dragging them to these meetings and all of that sort of thing. But guys, there's more to having a home-based business than sales and recruiting. And I'm going to share with you why these two guys recommend having a home-based business and some of the benefits. All right. Primarily because of this guy, right? If you go out and get a second job, 9 times out of 10, you're just going to be taxed twice as much, right? Who wants to go to a job in hopes of generating some extra income that they can start throwing at their debt, only to find that you're basically spinning your wheels, because now you're literally paying more in taxes than you're actually benefiting from that second job. But on the other hand, if you look at the benefits of having a home-based business outside of sales and recruiting, then maybe you'll reconsider. After all, you do need to increase your income if strategy number one isn't working for you. So let's talk about how you can increase your income with strategy number two and the benefits of having a home-based business. Now, here's an example. What most working people don't understand is that when you work a regular job, you work, you're taxed second, and then you are spend last. Now, the last time I checked, if you did the work, you should be able to access and spend that money second, and then pay taxes on what's left. But that's not how the system is worked. Designed. The system is designed to get income tax from those who work hard. So, on the scenario on the far left, I want you to look at before home-based business, right? In this scenario, you gross $50,000, right? When you gross $50,000, you're taxed on $50,000. The tax rate is roughly roughly 28 to 33% for employees. So taxes on that $50,000 in this example is $18,000. Now, that means you're going to bring home your net of $32,000. But who can tell me if I gross $50,000, what kind of lifestyle am I living, even though I bring home $32,000? You better believe I am living a $50,000 lifestyle or more, right? Because with debt and the way the system is set up, you can actually spend a lot more than you make, right? So at the minimum, you're living a $50,000 lifestyle, even though you're only bringing home $32,000. As a result, you end up borrowing the money you need for that lifestyle. So you're going to pay back to the banks another $18,000. So you really are struggling because you're trying to live off just $14,000. That's $14,000 to feed and clothe you and your family. That's $14,000 for travel. That's $14,000 for extracurriculars for the kids. You know, and that's kind of why I agree with my man Grant Cardone when he talks about the median income in America is poverty in a lot of situations. Depending on where you're living, the cost of living might really, literally put you in a state of poverty, even if you're making $50,000 a year. But let's look at a scenario where you make the same $50,000 per year, but you do have a home-based business. All right, here's the difference. As a business owner, your business works first, your business spends second, and then your tax. And what I mean spend second, you have expenses to run your business. Deduct those expenses from, and then you're taxed on what's left. So literally, you have the ability for a large portion of your lifestyle to become a write-off when you have. So if we look on the far right, after home-based business, you still gross $50,000. All right, but your bills this time total $18,000, which means your net earning $32,000. So instead of being taxed on $50,000, because you have a home base on $32,000, as a result, you're only taxed $7,000 versus being taxed $18,000 in the first scenario. And then that leaves you with $25,000 to live on for the year. Now, who believes that you can live a little bit more comfortably left over versus $14,000, right? It's a no-brainer. But look at the amount of money when you have a home base in this scenario. That's an $11,000 per year savings. Breaks down to $900 a month, $5 per week. Guys, this is what we're talking about when we say it's important that you understand the power of having a home-based business outside of the fact that you can sell some products or maybe recruit some team members if you're in a traditional network marketing model or what have you. The tax benefits alone are worthy of you having a home-based business so that you can, that's $11,000 in savings, meaning that's money that you could be using. Phenomenal. So I just want you guys to understand that there's power in a home-based business outside of the money that you can make. Think about the money that you can save, because a lot of times it's not so much about bringing more money in as sometimes it's about giving less money. In this scenario, less money away. There's no column on here that says they made any money from their home-based business. All right, this is just in savings and giving less money away. So I don't know about you, but maybe you've heard enough. All right. Understand now that, hey, if I revisit my W-4 form and just fill it out correctly, maybe I'm one of those people that's paying $40 a week too much. And maybe you're considering that's all you need. If you bring an extra $168 back into your household a month, you can use that to start that positive snowball effect. All right. Some of you already have a home-based business and you're thinking to yourself, you know what? These strategies will work for me because I already have a home-based business. I'm already an affiliate marketer. I'm already an online marketer. I'm already in a network market. I just was not strategies. So you can definitely use these strategies. It doesn't matter the home-based business, whether it's a traditional network marketing company or you making candles on your kitchen table. In a home-based business, you have the advantage 100 tax guys though are like me. When I first saw this opportunity, I set in on a presentation and I was thinking to myself, can I generate business income? Right? That's my thought process. So I don't know if that's what you guys are thinking about. Is that can I generate business income if I share this with other people? Because I immediately started thinking about all the people in my family that financially, all the friends that I have that I know are struggling financially. All right, I know what it's like before I came into this knowledge to not be able to buy things for your kids, not because they don't deserve it, but because you can't afford it. I know what it's like to be caught up in payday lending cycles and things like that. So when I saw this information, I immediately started thinking about, wow, I hope there's a way that I can earn some additional income by sharing this information with other people. And if you thought like me, then you are definitely right about that. There is a way that you can refer people to this information and earn some commissions. Guys, think about it. I was upside down in a foreclosure, just recently had come out of bankruptcy, negative, when we talk about negative cash flow cycles, I was the most negative cash flow cycle person that you can think of, right? I had payday loans out the wazoo, title loans on all my vehicles. I mean, it was crazy. So what I want to impress upon you is that the information that I'm sharing with you tonight is information that I had to learn. All right. So basically, what I want to share with you is that the Young Wealth Builders team is plugged into a company called myEcon. myEcon is a debt-free, technology-driven company that stands for personal financial success for hardworking men and women just like you and me. They have an A+ rating on the Better Business Bureau site. So, and what they do with their technology and the infrastructure that they have in place is they bring this education to the masses. We all know that this education it exists. It exists somewhere, but no one is bringing it to the masses. This is the kind of information that is shared in small circles. Well, myEcon decided that they're going to bring this information to the working class, because if there's anybody who deserves to have wealth, it is those who work the hardest to earn the least. All right. So to partner with Young Wealth Builders and myEcon is not going to cost you $699. It's not going to cost you $399 or $299. In fact, it's not even going to cost you $179. Right now, you can partner with the Young Wealth Builders and myEcon for just $99.95 and $34.95 per month. And you're going to get these strategies and this education so that you can apply the information in your life. You're going to get the software that you're going to need to use on a daily basis to set up your money plan. You got to have a plan for your money if you're going to be successful. You're going to get the system that will teach you these strategies to apply in your personal life, but also systems that will help you share this information with others so that you can earn some additional income. And you're going to have success when you plug in a Young Wealth Builders team, because we have it no other way. All right. So when you plug into the Young Wealth Builders team and myEcon system, you're putting yourself in position to earn unlimited $25, $50, $500, and even $1,000 bonuses based on you sharing this information and this education with others. Guys, the best decision I have ever made in my life was to partner with the Young Wealth Builders team and myEcon, because again, I was messed up financially. While I'm not proud to say it, I'm a little happy to share that testimony with you. So hopefully you can see that if you're messed up financially like I was, there is hope. There is no need for you to continue to go down the road of payday lending and all of those sorts of things. There's no need for it. There is hope. There is a game plan that you can apply to your financial life that can put you on the road to financial success. And I am super excited about it. So yes, there is a way for you to share this information with others, and you can start earning some additional business income. But more importantly, you get to further minimize your taxes by taking advantage of all of the tax deductions available to home-based business owners. So in addition to the strategies for yourself, you also get the strategies, the training, and the support that you need to put these strategies in effect in your own life, but also put these strategies into effect, or to teach and share and encourage other people to use these strategies as well. So from video sessions like this, hangouts, live webinars, to videos, cash flow calls that we do on conference lines, webinars, internet marketing systems, we have you covered if you're serious about adding some fuel to the fire. I don't know who that is that's calling me right now. All right, but if you're serious about adding some fuel to the fire, maybe it's somebody calling to tell me that they can't see what's going on. I hope that's not the case. But if you're serious about adding some fuel to your debt relief fire, then you definitely should consider partnering with Young Wealth Builders and the myEcon system. All right, guys, and finally, we put it all full circle. I don't know about you, but my focus on getting out of debt is to free up the cash that I need so I can start investing. That's what I really want to do. Everybody needs to get some non-wage income in their lives, period. And the reason that people are missing that second objective is because they don't have the cash freed up to start investing. All right, you want to get your money working for you, because we talked about taxes and minimizing your taxes. Well, guess what? When you start investing, that's another way to minimize your taxes, because some investments are tax-free, some investments are tax deferred, so you can further minimize your taxes. And then when you think about the income that you earn when your money is taxed least of all. So guys, we're here to help you eliminate your debt on the front end, create that positive snowball effect so that you can free your cash up, so that you can ultimately, if you want, start sharing this opportunity with others to develop some business income. And then we take the money that you freed up by minimizing your taxes and eliminating your debt, we take your business income, and then we teach you how investments work, so that you can sit down across from an investment planner and they're not the only one in the room with all the knowledge. You can go in with confidence, with boldness, and tell them exactly what it is that you want, know exactly what kind of rates of returns you're looking to get on your investments, and you can start winning financially and get some of that non-wage income in your household. Because I don't know about you, I yearn for the day that whether I roll over in bed or roll out of bed, my income and my expenses are taken care of, point blank, period. Because the question that you have to ask yourself, and we all have to deal with this question, when is the day going to come when we no longer need an income? Right? That day is going to come, but we'll be dead on that day. We won't need an income. Your descendants or those that you leave behind may need an income to bury you if you don't do something drastic to change your financial situation. But as long as you're living on this earth, there's never going to be a time that you don't need an income. So the name of the game is to start developing an income stream that doesn't require you to put forth your labor. Get money working for you. You can't do that when you're drowning in debt. So use these strategies, get yourself out of debt, get yourself an emergency fund put to the side of 6 months of your living expenses, or maybe a year of your living expenses, and then start funneling that money into some sort of investments, whether they're paper assets, whether they're real estate, whether they're precious metals. Start funneling your money into some sort of income producing assets so you can have some of that non-wage income. Because guess what? You don't have to work to 65 and 70 years old to retire. You just have to work long enough and work hard enough for your non-wage income to outrun your expenses. I'm gonna say that again. You don't have to work until you're 65, 70 years old. You just work long enough, work smart enough, work hard enough for your non-wage income to overrun your expenses. That's the name of the game, guys. That's why eliminating debt is a huge passion of mine. I love teaching people these strategies. Hopefully you got something out of this. Hopefully you figured out that these are some strategies you can apply in your life and really get yourself on the road to financial success. So at this point, we are just about done with this presentation, and I can only hope that you guys saw my slides all the way through, because I literally don't have my right hand, my rear up here to help me like I normally do with these presentations. But hopefully you guys got the message and you can hear everything nice and clear, and you can see the presentation nice and clear. But at this point, you're either a 3, a 2, or a 1. All right, a 3 says, man, all that gibberish you was talking don't mean nothing to me. Thanks, but no thanks. What I like for you to do, though, is even if you're a 3, take the time to go back to the person who invited you on this hangout and at least tell them thank you for thinking of you and your financial situation enough to want to try to impart some information on you to get you on the road to financial success. If you're a 2, you're saying to yourself, you know what? I love these strategies in this membership. I want to start applying this to my life, but I'm not really concerned about sharing it with other people. I'm just going to take these strategies, apply them to my life, and get my financial health in order. And if you're a 2, great. Because again, it's $100 to start, basically $99.95 to start, and then it's $34.95 for your membership. All right. And then if you're a number 1, you're basically saying that these strategies are so powerful that I'm like you, H Cortez. I see an opportunity for me to share with other people the power of these strategies and earn a commission, as well as do some good in the community by helping other families get their financial health in order, so that we can start building strong communities again, so that families can stay together better, so that you know the stress and the strain of a day-to-day job is reduced dramatically when you don't have to count on a job as your sole source of income. So if you're a 1 or a 2, I want you to get back with the person who invited you to take a look at this hangout and let them know that you're interested in our financial success membership. They will be more than capable of answering any of the questions that you have. I really was trying to get my chat open. Let me stop sharing and maybe I can, let's see, and maybe that will work. Let's see, stop screen share. Okay, so I'm back with you guys. Hopefully you guys saw everything and got a full understanding of what it is that we do and how we do it. Again, if you're a 1 or a 2, get back with the person who told you about this hangout and ask them some questions. Let them know that you're very interested in the financial success membership and you want to partner with the young wealth builders in particular, and we will bring you along at the speed that you want to grow at. All right, we have 2 systems that we help you with. Number 1, we have the system, whether you're a 1 or a 2, to apply the strategies in your very own life. Let's get your finances fixed and let's get you on the road to financial success. Let's start relieving some of the stress in your life that you're dealing with because of your personal financial situation. All right. And then if you want to plug someone into this webinar, if you want to share this recording with them, that's fine too if you're a number one. But we also have a training protocol in place that help you understand how to share this concept and this information and this education with people effectively. So we're down to the wrap up. I don't see the ability to answer a question. If you're watching it on the web page, you can, in fact, post a comment in the comment section below, and I can see that. Let's see. All right, cool. So somebody was mentioned on the website that they did see it all. So great. Guys, so glad to be able to share this information with you guys. Hopefully you're able to pull a nugget out here, a nugget out there. If you can't use it all, hopefully I gave you something that you can use to transform your finances for the better. Again, that's what we're here for as a team. The Young Wealth Builders team is all about bringing financial education to the working class. Guys, the wealthy and the elite, they all know this information, right? And I won't say that there's a conspiracy to keep it from the working class, but if there is, they've messed up and let the wrong person get a hold of this information, because I am sharing it with everybody, whether you want to partner with the Young Wealth Builders or not. I just think this is information everybody should know so that everybody can literally take control of their personal financial situation. That's why the company myEcon, that's where the name came from. You have to take control of your economy so that when you have your economy in order, it doesn't matter what the national economy is doing. It doesn't matter what the world economy is doing. When you understand these principles and get your economy together, you're going to be straight no matter what. So I'm H Cortez, financial health mentor to the working class. Appreciate you guys hanging in there with me through the technical difficulties and getting everything squared away. Hopefully I didn't bore you with this presentation. I really wish I can get the chat thing figured out, because I like to interact on these webinars, but maybe we'll get that squared away next time. If you have any questions, get back with the person who advised you to take a listen and get in on this webinar, and they'll be more than happy to answer any questions that you may have. Until I talk to you guys next week or next time, next video, I don't know when I'm going to talk to you again, but I always encourage you, get your money up. Talk to you later. Bye.